Hey guys, so I've just finished editing the vlog that you're about to watch, and I've realised that it's really low in energy. I didn't quite realise how in a slump I was until I watched back the footage, so just a heads up. I'm not as bright and bubbly as I normally are. I was thinking about not posting this, but I think it's important that you show the ups and downs of life, otherwise you just create a really unrealistic image of what living life really is like. So anyway, proceed. Hey guys, so it is literally the 7th of September right now. So I did actually skip a week of vlogging, honestly, because I didn't read anything. There's no real reason apart from I didn't feel like it and work was busy, but that's just me not making reading a priority, which is what I'm going to do here on out. I feel like I went into a little slump and I've come out more motivated than ever. Before you watch this, if you want to see the books that I'm planning on reading for the book up-lathon, I will link that video somewhere for you. But just to run through the stack of books I want to read this month, we have The Extra, we have Beautiful Creatures, we have The Language of Thorns, Cinder, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, Sorcery of Thorns, The Essex Serpent, Gumaho, Queens of Geek, oh that's Sunshine, Ursa, Love Boat Taipei, plus 3 ebooks. I've got an Arc of Glasstown Wars. I then have Empress of Salt and Fortune and Dragon Pearl out from the library. So right from the get-go, that's a stack of books. And then on top of that, it keeps going. I sillily picked up The Elite, which is book 2 in the selection series. I remember reading book 1 and it was the easiest breeze through of a book, and I've been waiting to get my hands on book 2, so I got that out. And then I've also got The Lovely Bones, which is the book me and my students are reading that are in a book club at school. So I'm steadily chugging my way. I'm about halfway, and next Monday, when I have meeting again, I'm going to need to have finished this. So some point this week I need to read this. I do have to say I did finish Love Boat Taipei already. I actually read this on the last day of August, so not quite in the right time frame, but either way, it was a bit of a disappointment, to be honest. I'll leave a review, my Goodreads review link down below, but long story short, I don't think the book delivered on what I expected it to be, and the conversations that were had in terms of race and identity wasn't delved into enough. So not a 2-star book where I read it and was like, oh my god, what the hell is going on, I hate this. A 2-star book in that I was genuinely unbothered by it. And then I am actually, how far? 189 pages through this. This is all I've been able to read 189 pages of in the past week. Honestly, it's not very exciting, so my plan is to put this down, keep it on my bedside table just over there, but pick up another book. Yes, normally I would read something picked off my wheel, but because I'm coming out of a slump, my plan of attack is to read a book I'm most excited for, or just to get one checked off my list. So let me choose which one. Ideally I want a shorter one because I do want to feel success. Alright, so, oh my gosh, it is really turning into spring here in New Zealand. I'm going to go with The Extra because, honestly, I'm really intrigued by it. Okay, team, so I got something to say. This book sucks. I cannot stand the writing style, and so I stopped reading it, on Monday after I gave it the best shot that I could. And now I haven't picked up anything else, so definitely not the most successful start to a reading challenge, but you know what, the wheel never disappoints, so let's just go back to it. Oh, can we see? Alright, to fill in the gap, the prompt is boyfriend pics. Let me see. would love to do this, but the thing is I don't have any follow favourite books on my shelf, and I'm not in the process of adding any to my shelf, so I'm just going to spin again. So I need to see if I can find a book with a blurb that begins with the colour B. Thank you, Annie Pasick, for this unique prompt. Did I say the colour B? 100% meant because the colour's blue, which starts with B, the blurb has to start with B. Nope. So the closest is Sorcery of Thorns, and honestly, I really hope this doesn't let me down because I have heard great things about it. So let's fingers crossed I actually make a vlog with some content this week. Oh, by the way, 100% ignore this like little trial of pimples, just ugh. A while ago, I started a thing where I was getting into the habit of reading you guys the first sentence of the books because I always find it interesting, so I'm going to bring that back. So the first sentence of Sorcery of Thorns is, night fell as death rode into the great library of Summershall. Summershall? How do you pronounce that? Summershall. I'm going to say Summershall because I like it better than Summershall. Just had a lovely bath. It is, what's the time, 6:42, and I am up to page 72 of Sorcery of Thorns, and definitely I think I'm going to be able to finish this one, team. It's a very classic young adult fantasy novel, giving me pretty hard like Akatar vibes, where you've got like the magical beings and the less magical beings, and there being what's what I'm looking for, misunderstandings between them due to their backgrounds and stereotypes they've put on each other's races. I don't think it's anything unique, at least not right now, but a cool little side note is that it is, at the beginning anyway, set in a library, and our main character was like a magical grimoire librarian, which is unique. I don't think I've seen that before, but I'm just gonna keep reading. Happy Thursday. Wow, that took way too long. I am up to page 307 of Sorcery of Thorns. I read quite late into the night and I didn't want to like wake up my partner by talking to you guys, but a quick update on it. How do I word this? I like it, but it's not anything spectacular. So it's definitely gotten me out of this reading slump. As you can tell, I have 150-ish pages, so definitely, hands down, going to finish it tonight. I actually am, guys. Hold me to it. Oh, man. Why I say it's not wowing me, it is a just very overdone plot line. You know, girl thinks boy is bad, boy turns out to be good, they start to like each other and they overcome some evil together, and there is magic involved with the side of demons in this case and magical books. Now I do have to say something about the magical books. I love the vibe. So the whole grimoires are kind of like you know, in the Harry Potter world, and there's that book that like like that book that Harry's meant to get to help him with, like, is it mythical creatures? That's what the grimoires are like. They all have minds of their own, and it's very much the vibe of if you're in the restricted section in the library at Harry Potter's what's it called, school, Hogwarts. Man, that took me way too long. But yeah, so it's got a really cool vibe to it. I do have to give it kudos for that, but the plotline is just pretty basic, which, if I'm being honest, I think is part of the reason why I'm able to get through it, because it's just really easy to read. My plan right now is I really need to film a video for Friday. Sorry that you guys only got one video last week. I felt a little bit defeated. Should I talk about this? Is it too personal? I'm a bit of an oversharer anyway, so, and I like to be open and honest with you guys. So, Bookstagram. As you possibly know, I reached the amazing milestone of 5,000 followers. I know I don't count numbers, but that is, you know, a milestone, and I appreciate every one of you. However, imposter syndrome got me so bad. I'm like, who am I? All I do is post books on my page and reviews, and then I went and had this reading slump and I just felt like a complete imposter, like I didn't deserve to be anywhere. Wow, that's a bit dag. I love myself, don't get me wrong. Man, now that sounds vain. You know what I mean? Like, I'm quietly self-confident. I feel like I'm achieving in general life, but just the whole Instagram world at the moment has me down a little bit. I'm wobbling. Essentially what I'm getting at is I'm going to go on a Bookstagram break and put all my energy into this booktube account. I'm going to put a bit more effort in here. Not that I don't put effort in, but it's always been like a little bit of a side hobby. I'm going to prioritize this hobby of mine and really invest my time into making some fun content. I've got some really cool things planned. So that's the thing. So right now I'm going to film the video you will have seen uploaded 2 days ago. Gosh, it's so hard thinking in the future tense. And then I really need to tidy the house. Sneak peek. It's bad. But then I'm going to finish my book. Yeah. Okay. Let's do this. That video got so intense there towards the end. If you didn't make it towards the end, go back and rewatch those last few seconds. Your girl goes on a rant. Well, that took a lot longer than I thought, but the place is now tidy. Yay. Is my bedroom tidy or the bathroom? No, but that can just be future me's problem. Right now, I just really want to read. So I'm going to indulge in that and do exactly what I just said and read Sorcery of Thorns. So I'm going to sit here in my reading nook and enjoy. Hopefully the ending isn't too bland. Update. I picked up Pimples and I read another 60 pages of the book. I have like 90 left. I'm going to give it a break so I can edit the video. But I just wanted to pop on and say, it's predictable as ever. Not necessarily a bad thing, as I've also mentioned, but I really don't understand the hype around this book. Definitely not worth the hype. I haven't done a What the Hype episode on it, but just so you know, like, the writing is fine. You know, it's just a traditional YA story. The story isn't anything phenomenal. It just carries you along. So that's the thing. Yes. Okay. Until I see you again. All right. Let's actually get my face in the frame, eh? So, let's talk about this. How in the world was it a Goodreads Choice Award? This is so regular. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. It's just regular. Nothing amazing happens. The little romance subplot was so underwhelming. The only cool thing about this, I have to admit, is the idea of all the books being alive. But that is not enough of a redeeming quality for me to think this deserves anywhere near the amount of hype it is given. The main character, like the female main character, sure, she has some agency of herself, and yeah, okay, the dude is like nice, but I do not understand the hype around this at all. 2 stars. Won't lie, at the beginning I was enjoying it because it was helping me get out of my funk, and I guess it has achieved that. I'm definitely really wanting to move on to a next book now, but 10 out of 10 for not being worth the hype. All right, we can see. So that one, oh, we're a bit on a lean, was Blurb, and that's getting replaced with a standalone. Okay, tighten her up, straighten her up. Let's see. That was a real pathetic spin, and it's on, you know the deal. Okay, a new author I haven't read by. I've actually got a lot of options for this. Let me think. Ooh. So I have lots of options, and although I've got these ones here, I do have a couple of, well, I've got 3 ebooks that I need to read. 2 of them are actually from the library and need to be returned soon. That is The Empress of Salt and Fortune and Dragon Pearl. And honestly, I'm going to go what's it called? The Empress of Salt and Misfortune, because it is only 74 pages long and I just want to keep feeling like I'm successfully reading books. So that's what I'm going to read next, but in the meantime, I'm going to have a bit of a break and go to the gym. Evening team, it is a new day, it is Friday, or more accurately, I should say, it's a new night. I went to school, I got back from school, I watched a bit of anime with my partner and did our little Friday ritual of going and getting a treat snack. But I have finished 1 chapter of The Empress of Salt and Fortune, and I remembered I'd never read you the first sentence. So here we go. Something wants to eat you, called Almost Brilliant from her perch in a nearby tree, and I shall not be sorry if it does. And straight away in this novel, or should I say short story, novella, the main character, the perspective we're reading from, is someone whose personal pronoun is they, them, and their. So at first, I will admit, I was quite confused, talking as though in a traditional way it would have been multiple people, but it is just the one person, and it's really fun to read from. And also the way of the characters speaking, as that first line might have given you a hint, is quite unique in that it's almost like it's old-timey, like how a classic novel's dialogue would be written, which again makes it quite fun to read. It's not so difficult I can't understand it, but if you do pick up this novel, just beware the writing style isn't your normal one. But for the rest of it, honestly, I'm just going to chill here and keep reading. Okay, so I finished Empress of Salt and Fortune and I'm going to give it a 4 stars. I'll pop the cover up here so you can see it a bit more clearly. To summarise, this short story is almost like short stories within itself. So each chapter we follow our main character, who I've mentioned already, and essentially their role is to walk around their country and record, both verbally, visually, and written, just stories and histories, kind of like a librarian in that sense. And she comes across this person who used to be the emperor's maid, and collects all these stories, uncovers some truth. So each chapter is a story within itself, and you piece them together, and it is done really wonderfully. I think that the reason I didn't give a full 5 stars is because it just felt like there was a little bit of oomph lacking from it at times, just a little bit. I had this with Sherlock Holmes as well, when each chapter or each mini story feels like you've come across it again, like the structure repeats itself. But that is 2 books down in this reading vlog. I'm debating whether I spin and start another one or try finish Beautiful Creatures. You know what, I'm going to spin for another one. Let's move the camera so you can actually see. Okay, so that was new author. So that is getting replaced with balance. Oldest published. Can we see? All right. A standalone. All right, we always seem to be towards the blues at the moment, but standalone it is. The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I think I'm going to do a more in-depth what the hype video for this as well, so maybe that will come out the week after you see this video. But for now, this is an adult contemporary written from the perspective of a columnist who is recording the life of Evelyn, who by the way is a fictional character, but written in a way to make us kind of believe that she was a historical figure. And the very first line in this is: film legend and 60s it girl Evelyn Hugo has just announced that she will auction off 12 of her most memorable gowns through Christie's to raise money for breast cancer research. Morning team, it is Saturday and literally it is midday. I've just had a really slow, relaxing morning doing lots of reflections, and I kind of had an idea, and it's nothing revelationary, but I wanted to share it with you guys anyway. Come on phone, balance. And that is in regards to my Instagram. So I've been thinking, and the reality is I love Instagram when I'm having like a good time with it, you know. It's a place for people to connect, to share passions, to get inspired if you are following the right people, admittedly. There is some toxicity out there, but if you're aware of that and learn to remove that from your life, then honestly I think you're okay. So I've been thinking about changing my Bookstagram account so it's not labelled and boxed in like that. I feel like I've boxed myself into that. Like, admittedly, that's what it started out as, but now I feel like over the years, I don't identify just as a book lover anymore. You know, I'm someone who loves to travel, to explore, to create content, to experiment with photography and go out with friends, and apparently needs to wash her hair. And so I'd love to start this conversation with you because although I'm the person who creates the content, I'm not the only one who is affected by it. Like, I have 5,000 followers, and I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that because for myself, that's a responsibility to make sure that I am sharing the right messages, talking about conversations that need to be talked about. And as someone in a very privileged position, I have an opportunity to do this from a place where personally I feel like I won't get any hate from it, so I don't have that barrier to cross, which I imagine some people do, unfortunately. So essentially what I'm saying is keep an eye out, drop a comment below, let's get a discussion going about what you think about this change. Personally, I feel like it's time to grow, but you know, we're a community and it's not only up to me. Glad we had this heart to heart. I do need to keep reading, but I've just remembered that I'm actually not as far through The Lovely Bones as I thought I was. I'm trying to find it. I think it must be on the floor somewhere. I've got half of that to go and I need to finish it by Monday. So honestly team, it's been a hecka mess of a vlog. I am 100% aware of that. So thank you for being along with this journey. You know, I'm gonna make sure I start filming and start reading straight away next week and actually keep it up. But with all that being said and done, I'll see you in the next vlog. Enjoy all the places you go on your own reading adventures. Bye.